Hello, everybody. Today is the 11th of the 11th, and I just want to say the biggest happy birthday to my father-in-law, who has been a very wonderful individual, and of course, an amazing father-in-law. And I'm feeling very grateful to have him. And so I just want to say that I'm very fortunate to have such a wonderful father-in-law, and I really wish him to have, to continue being healthy, happy. I noticed that last year for the past year, he's not feeling that great. So I hope that this upcoming year, he's gonna feel better, and he's gonna be here with us for a very long time. And I really appreciate what he did for our family, for our kids, and we are very, very fortunate to be his family. And now let's get to the pen story, okay? What is this? It's a pen. What do we use the pen for? To write. Now, there is a dog inside the room. I'm going to wave this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will snip, lick, or chew it straight. Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both are correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, while for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog world, and the human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson. Both are correct. Now, let's imagine that there is a table in front of me, so I'm going to put this thing on the table. And then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there'll be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or a chewing toy. Oh, it becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom called this one as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life. Just like Geshe Michael Roche applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build business with a revenue of $250 million a year. He's also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the page story, okay? So this thing is currently on the table, and when there is no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with, it's gonna come back to a true self. We call it the emptiness, okay? So so the emptiness is not nothingness, it's not blackness, darkness, or no feeling, no thinking. Emptiness is just itself when they don't interact with anything or anyone. So we all, each and every one of us in this world, any other world, we all have the emptiness. But then we also have the beautiful potential as well, as because we always interact with each other in this world, right? So for instance, look at this thing when it's by itself, nothing interact with it. This is almost nothing. We call it the emptiness. But as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this becomes a pen. When the dog comes back to the room and the dog look at this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, when we both look at this at the very same time, what does this thing becomes? It becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing, okay? So a single thing is always has the emptiness when it doesn't interact with anyone, right? It's come back into self, yes. But because it has the emptiness, it also has the potential to become anything or anyone, depending on who or what is looking at that at the very moment. So that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now, I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me, or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is the pen itself, then the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind, and everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. So we all agree that this pen is coming from our mind, right? So we're gonna change my mind. I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna believe this one become a diamond. Okay, so please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? There are said inside our mind that the ancient wisdom called us. When we see something, the seed inside of my pocket opened up and covered this and made it see it for what had been planted only into our mind. So who planted those seed into our mind then? Only you can plant the seed into your mind, and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways: by our words, by our action, by our thoughts, especially toward other people. So for instance, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this to my friend, this palm will open up, and both me and my friend will see it and start a remark in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen is all being planted into my mind. And now it pop up and open up and cover this and made a seal for what had been planted all into my mind, which is a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen. Anything around us become what and who they are to us. In the pen story, there are several beautiful lessons. Today we went over 4 different lessons. The first lesson is both are corrupt, so we learn to respect each other's opinion. We learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. And whenever I share this first lesson, I always like to point out things that a lesson is that always try to listen to yourself first, to understand yourself, to respect yourself. Because once you be able to do all that to yourself first, you become the anchor of yourself, and you become a peace, a place of peace for yourself. So whatever happened outside, you're going to be able to come back to find the happiness and peace within yourself. And that is when you be able to do it to everyone surround you and bring the happiness to all of the relationship that you be to. Because in the end, in any kind of relationship, we all long for to be listened to be understand, to be understood, and to be respected. The second lesson is, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So we learn to trust our potential. We learn to trust the potential of within of everyone around us, and we learn to trust the potential whatever happened to us. And I think the very important part of this, in order for us to see the potential of anything, even ourselves, we have to be able to see what we truly are, what we are capable of, what's our strength, our weakness, and that when we don't interact with anyone, and the that is the that is the emptiness, right? And in order for us to do that, we actually have to listen to ourselves, to them. We have to understand them and then respect them, in order for us to be able to see all that thing. So the first that is the linkage between the first lesson and the second lesson. The third lesson is everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us. We don't blame anyone, because in the end, we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind. And it's actually something very, very critical right here for us to understand that we are the maker of our life. We decide what happened to our life, and whether it's going to be in the very good direction, positive direction, or negative direction. Is all coming from the first thing is a thought. So it's very, very important for us to be careful with our thought, our action, and our word. And the fourth lesson is the fourth lesson is how to incorporate all those 3 lessons into our life, so that we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So first we have to know what we want to achieve in our dream life by using the first and second lesson, the emptiness and the potential. And then we start planting those seeds using our word, our action, our thoughts to other people. So for instance, if we want to have a happiness, then we plan the happinesses using our word or action or thoughts with other people, helping other people to be happier. If we want to have prosperity, then use our word or action or thoughts, helping other people to be more prosperous. And just like that, whatever that we want, making sure that we use our word or action or thoughts with other people as well. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is that not to put it, recently I think that yesterday, the just yesterday I just feel very overwhelmed with work. There's just so much to do, and I feel like, oh, how would I be able to get all this done? And it just feels very overwhelmed. But then last night when I came home and then I still have to work and I finished one one lecture and to review one lecture and I actually feel very, very happy. I it's and then I sent out a couple of emails as well, looking at different things as well. But in the process of doing that as well as I'm working on my routine, my exercise routine as well. I noticed that as long as consistently do it, first I have to take care of myself first, which is getting up in the morning. I'm going to bed kind of early, 11 the latest. And then getting up early, do exercise, taking care of myself so I can feel more energetic. Then for work, I just have to focus on what I can do, one thing at a time. Then with that, I'll be able to accomplish or to finish all the tasks. And then I believe that, I'll be able to up my level, up my level in my work. And that is something very fulfilling to see, that I improve every, like when I look back and I see that, oh, what I can do, I actually feel very, very achieved. So I'm proud of myself too. So yeah, just want to say thank you to myself for doing that. So thank you everyone for listening to me today. Thank you, Liv, for accompanying me in this 2000-day journey. And if I may share with you the post story of my lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my dearest family, to my friends, to my coworkers, and to my friends or my neighbor or any living things in this world or any other worlds with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye, everyone. Again, happy birthday, Dad. I really, really love you. And thank you for being my father-in-law.